perhaps the exalted state of what we call multitasking is by or trilocating, or what our oversouls are doing, able to be participating in multiple things at one time, yet being fully present. But when I initially thought about, is there such a thing as multitasking for us being in this state? Because it seems like all it really is, if you boil it down, is you're just not fully present with what you're doing and you're splitting up the presence. So and when you look at society and how it's been built on, you order things off your app and you get it quick, and you get dates now off the apps, and everything's is meant to be tailored to be pushing us to go, go, go. Is it really multitasking, or is it part of this societal agenda of being in
Yeah.
that fast-paced environment?
Yeah, I think it can't be answered in one way because I think it's both. But what I feel like I hear in the question underneath the question is the great, the most exalted state of multitasking, if you will, is when we can remain in the present moment as the witnessing presence and in such a place of consistency and full sort of embodied resonance that we then realize we're a multiversal tasker and we're witnessing simultaneous to the now moment expressed in physicality to whatever degree is appropriate in the now moment in accordance to our highest divine blueprint. We're witnessing and embodying the awareness simultaneously to being the present moment, that I am an eternal being existing simultaneously in all of these timelines. And those timelines then also become, you've released a lot of the programs, you've integrated them, you've alchemized them, as has previously been touched on in this conversation, right? And so you're running such a pristine supercomputer technology of clarity and of your own energetic blueprint, in participation and witnessing of all the imprints and so forth that exist externally, that are not separate of you, because you are the everything and the no thing, but yet you have achieved, if you will, or attained or embodied such a place of pristine oneness and wholeness, and I am that I am, right? And there's levels of this, which is the good news. So it's not like, you'll start to begin to see those levels, and you did, in fact, as you shared your dream state last night, but we'll come back to that in a second. So you're at such a point of embodiment as the 0 point, as the witnessing presence, having cleared out so many of the programs of duality. You've resurrected your tri-wave, your trinity within, that you become this masterful witnessing presence, the observer of all timelines that are taking place simultaneously. And to whatever degree your predetermined blueprint equips you or sets forth, to animate in this experience, this human incarnation, you then have access, because you are in such a place of wholeness, have access to all the technologies, abilities, wisdom, bandwidths of consciousness of varying dimensional ranges to pull into whatever you choose to create through thoughts, words, actions, and feelings within any given now moment. So, and then along the way to reaching that point, for those who desire to and have set forth to through their blueprint, there's lots of variations of it. And one of them is exactly what Madeline has brought forth in her recent awareness. It begins with that. It begins with any level of recognition that I am witnessing this experience right now. And not because I've jumped out of my body and jumped ship, but I am fully grounded and present in my glorious physical temple. And I am in a place, of recognition of the patterns and the programs that are interfacing from my hologram to this person's hologram, pinging off of one another. And I'm in a position of embodiment where I can really ignite my free will as source and the embodiment of I am the chooser of my choices, my thoughts, my words, my actions, my perception, and I'm going to choose what I know will create the greatest place of unity, cohesiveness, compassion, love, right? So it's not a linear process. There's lots of different practices and ways in which we get to that place. And in the interim, it's in all these different tasks, like as the octopus in human form, the more present I remain, the more calm I remain, the more surrender and trust I bring forth and animate through myself and as myself, the more I can come into this place that absolutely mirrors and mimics what was just spoken of as the most exalted place. And that's how it begins, right? To let go of the illusions, let go of the stories, let go of the stress, let go of the chaos, let go of the fear, let go of the unknown, let go of our grasp on all the programs of linear time. How am I going to get all this done? I'm one person, blah, 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 whatever it is, right? Surrender, trust. I trust in the flow of the divine perfection in which I'm guided in each and every now moment. I'm going to flow with it. Everything is going to be accomplished as it's meant to be accomplished. I love that someone brought in the other day, maybe it was even Jeannie, and then Stephen touched on it more. And interestingly, I think most of us were having a telepathic communication on it as it was brought in, but it's profound sage wisdom, right? She was saying how I'm going to be late. There is no late. There is no late. There is no early. We always arrive in exact divine timing, right? In terms of a linear system and, in boxed in sort of way of, this is when this thing started and I'm here. But so the more and more and more we can just, okay, I'm here. I'm in the present moment. I could look back and realize, maybe I shouldn't have curled my hair today or made myself that cup of tea because I would have been, 10 minutes in, but maybe I wouldn't have been because maybe someone gets in an accident or maybe a barrel of melons fall into the middle of the road. We never know. We never know. So just celebrate in the now moment, where we feel like what we're being guided to do. And, I think some basic ways in which to go about it is just getting clear. What do I need to be in a place? What supportive thoughts, words, actions support my greatest preparation for remaining in the now moment? And make that non-negotiable, so that you can remain in the present moment, so you can remain in that place of peace and surrender and trust, and everything flows beautifully. And in such a way that even when it doesn't flow beautifully, or would the thinking mind would have us believe, we see the divine perfection and it is beautiful, right? Even the biggest challenges are our biggest opportunities for gratitude and depth of growth and expansion. So I don't even know what the original question was, but.
Talking about multitasking.
Oh yeah, multitasking. Yeah, yep. And here's the thing I've recognized in this, and I had no idea that this was going to be the flow of today. So hopefully this is fun for everyone. Because I had a whole nother thing that the Sophia Christos brought in, but I guess it's supposed to be for Monday. What I've recognized so much, and I continue to recognize more and more and more, and I marvel and sheer childlike curiosity and joy with it, is we are capable. We are truly capable of doing anything we want to do. We are capable of doing, 30 things simultaneously. The question is, are those 30 things being guided and directed through our highest source self in the now moment? Right? That's that's when things are, when we're on our true north, when we're in the flow of our true north, when we're doing from a place of deep knowing that this is what I'm being guided to do, and it's in the flow of my, of neutrality and the 0 point and my highest source self as the director of the tasks, then there are no limitations, and it's effortless, and it's ever flowing. So whatever we're doing now in our many, many, many ways, the more and more we embody, and then you start to realize again that holy crap, like I am a multiversal, like infinite multitasker, because then you start to recognize that I am existing in all these different dimensional frameworks simultaneously, and within each one of them I'm like doing things that are mind blowing, right? And they're all happening in this now moment, and I'm experiencing them and witnessing them and marveling in them because I'm in such a place of recognition and identification as the 0 point, as source embodied, that now I have access to what is truly meant by I'm an infinite creational field of potential, right?